problem really happens when you start worshiping money instead of using it wisely. Hi, you guys. I'm Karina Cook, tax strategist, CEO, and believer. Welcome back to my channel. We are finishing our faith and finance series. We're going to talk about a topic that can be tricky when it comes to Christians, okay? And that's money. Now, is it okay to pursue money? Should we be worried about falling into greed? This title is going to be Money as a Tool and how to use it to glorify God and not to fall into greed. And we're going to clear up some of those concerns today. Now, the truth is, money is not inherently evil, okay? It's a tool, it's a resource that God has entrusted us to accomplish His work with. And the problem really happens when you start worshiping money instead of using it wisely. So today we're going to break down how you can actually use money as a tool to use that to glorify God without falling into a trap of greed. Now, let's be real. I know a lot of people, especially believers, struggle with the idea of building wealth. And on one hand, we want to provide for our families, be secure financially, and really give back. But on the other hand, there's that fear of that pursuing wealth will somehow lead us away from God or make us greedy. And I hear this all the time, and it's a real concern, you guys. The Bible does not say money itself is evil. In fact, in Timothy 6:10, it does tell us, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. So notice that it's the love of money that leads us to trouble, not the money itself. When we love money more than we love God, then that's what happens and we start to fall into greed. But when you view money as a tool and we use it to serve and give and further God's kingdom, that's a little bit different. And so I want to share with you guys an example of what I mean, okay? So I know an entrepreneur who is a Christian who has built a significant amount of wealth over the years. But instead of hoarding it or spending it all on herself, she makes it her mission to use that wealth to glorify God. She donates it to causes that helps poor, funds projects that even help bring clean water to communities in need, and she even supports missionaries around the world. And she saw her money as a resource to use that to make a positive impact and give back. Now, what is amazing about this entrepreneur, this specific person, wasn't just her generosity, but it was her purpose. She understood that her wealth wasn't just for her. It was a tool that God had gave her to serve others and glorify the kingdom for Him. So by keeping the focus on God and keeping Him the purpose, you avoid this trap of greed and you use your wealth for good. Now, you can still buy nice things and get yourself things and love to, get yourself things, but ultimately, what are you doing with that money? So how can we build wealth with integrity and have a God-centered purpose? Well, here are a few key steps that I feel like you can use your money that helps you use your money wisely without letting it control you. One, you should be acknowledging that God is the source of your wealth. Just like we talked about last week with God being the provider of all things, including financial success. And then Deuteronomy 8:18 says, but remember the Lord your God, for He is who gives you the ability to produce wealth. So by recognizing that God is the ultimate source, we keep our focus on Him instead of on our bank accounts. And then set a God-centered financial purpose. So ask yourself, what is the purpose of the wealth I'm building? Is it just for personal gain or is it to further God's work? If you have a clear God-centered financial purpose, it will help you stay grounded and prevent you from falling into greed and distracting. So whether it's supporting your local church, funding some charitable work, providing for others, and having that purpose really is going to make a difference. Also give generously. One of the best ways to make sure that you do not fall into a trap, you guys, of loving money is to just give it away. I'm not playing. No, I'm not playing. My husband does this all the time. Trust me. So Proverbs 11:25 says, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. When you give generously, your mind reminds yourself that money isn't just for you, that you're the steward of what God has given you. And then building wealth with integrity and purpose, really, because it's going to be about aligning your finances with God's will. It's not wrong to be successful. I mean, in fact, God wants to bless you so that you can be a blessing to others. The key is keeping God center of all your financial success. Now, here's my challenge to you. Take a moment to reflect on how you're using your wealth and really ask yourself, am I using my money to serve for God's purpose, to glorify God, or am I letting it control me? Remember, money is a tool, and when you use it wisely, it can have a really big impact on lives of others who can also further God's kingdom. So, if this message has resonated with you, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Please. So, let's continue learning on how to use our wealth to serve God's purpose in everything that we do. Thanks for being with me today, you guys. And remember, money is just a tool. It's how you use it that matters. And let's use our resources to glorify God, make a huge impact. And then until then, I see you next time.